Good morning to all. So here is our section is Communicative English. This is Sindhu here. I'm working as an assistant professor of English at NPRCET NATHAM. So in this class, hopefully learn communicative English with good skills, with enthusiasm. You can learn a lot about the language, because this language gives you more information about the grammar, especially for the grammar purpose. In addition with that, we can learn LSRW skills also. So the 4 kinds of skills also there. So first of all, we have to discuss about the syllabus. First 5 syllabus, first 5 unit. In this 5 unit, you can learn unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5. In unit 1, you can see here sharing information related to oneself and family and friends, like that. So once you want to learn a language, you should read and write before knowing stepping into the language, because when you started reading more words, when you started writing more words regarding vocabulary, you can get more information about the communicative English, as well as you can learn grammar skills also. In grammar skills, you can see that enrich our skills of grammar, so that we can able to create sentences with lot of information. So in first unit, they have given you that skills about reading and listening. So in writing and speaking, there is 4 skills. You should know that 4 skills are developed. Only after that only we can able to learn whatever we want to learn. We should go reading, listening, writing, speaking skills. After that we can learn the development of our language. So here you can see that WH questions, developing hints, asking and answering yes or no questions, vocabulary development, prefix, suffixes, articles, and uncountable nouns, etc. So there is more kinds of words. Especially you should know that subject code of this subject. So this subject deals with grammar. So what is the subject code is here is HS8151. So HS8151 is our subject code. So in unit 2, you can able to see that general reading and free writing. So here comprehension, pre-writing, and so in these skills you can learn not only the development skills, as well as you can able to learn the vocabulary skills. So what is unit 2? General reading and free writing. So especially people are here like to write a lot, but they never expose anything to anyone because of the inferiority complex. They reject to speak anything they want to speak. So first of all, they need to accept their fear, so that they can able to overcome all those fears and then come out with a great skills. So here in this skill, we should understand that 4 skills are followed by that telephonic conversation, open-ended questions. You can able to see that here. From newspapers, reading descriptions from newspapers, including dialogues, conversation, and writing, paragraph writing, topic. They will give you some topic about that, so you need to write the paragraph. Whatever you want to write, you should write it very carefully, because ideas are more important in paragraph writing. So short narrative descriptions using some suggested vocabulary and structures, listening, telephonic conversation, speaking, sharing information of personal kind, greeting, especially greeting we want to learn. Then taking leave, language development. We should know to write a letter. We should practice letter every day so that we can able to make a good letter, formal letter writing. So people might have interested to read your language. So prepositions, conjunctions are here, guessing meanings of words in context. So this is what unit 2. So what about the unit 3 refers here is grammar and language development. So here they have enriched with that short text and longer passage, understanding text structure, use of reference words of discourse, markers, coherence, jumbled sentence, listening to longer text and filling up the table, product descriptions. Like that they will give you load of degrees of comparison. You need to change that degrees into comparative or superlative or positive, like that. Then it will be in a pronoun way also. So what about the direct versus indirect questions? You know that direct we will see one by one after that introduction about the syllabus. So vocabulary development, single word substitution, adverbs, etc. So what unit 4 describes is reading and language development, reading comprehension, reading longer text, reading different types. So it refers to that letter writing, informal or personal letters, email conversations of conventions of personal email, listening to dialogues or conversations and completing exercise based on them, speaking about oneself, speaking about one's fixed friend, language development. So what is language development is here is tenses, simple present tense and past tense, present continuous and past continuous. So those are the sentence, 12 tenses are there. We'll see the tenses also. So what about the vocabulary development, synonyms, antonyms and phrasal verbs. So here is what that. So finally unit 5, extending writing. So longer text, close reading, writing, brainstorming, writing short essays, developing on outline, identifying main and subordinate ideas, developing dialogue writings and listening to talks, conversations, speaking, but participating in conversation, in short group conversations, language development and model verbs, present, past, perfect tense, vocabulary development, collocations, fixed tense and fixed expressions are there. So these are all covered by that extended writing. So let's get started with first unit, WH questions. So here is your first topic. We are going to see that WH questions. So you should know that what is WH questions. You should understand that understand the meaning of arising questions. So whenever you want to arise questions, you will be asked the questions following by these words only: what, who, why, when, which, where, how. So these following these words, we can able to learn we can able to understand the meaning of it. Here is what it is. What is represent, maybe a thing or idea is anything. What is refer for the thing, and who is refer only for the person, who has the same meaning, always followed by a noun. Whose car is that? So car is the noun here. So whenever we want to whenever we want to denote the noun, we should use that whose. So here is what is it. So whose and why is used for a reason. Why were you late? So this is why we are using why. This may be the answer will be followed by the word because, like that only. So when is used for a time or date. When did you start working here? So here is what it is. Which is used for a choice. So which do you prefer, tea or coffee? Like that we can say that. Where is used for a place. Where do you live? So it represent the place. So which is represent the choice, where represent a place, and how is represent the amount of the or the way, how much or how many. Like that we can ask a question, how much it represents the quantity of it, and how many it represent the quality of it. So here you can understand that countable and uncountable. Uncountable goes for the how much, and how many. Countable is goes for the how many, because we can able to count how many apples are there. Like that we can. So how much apples we can't able to count it, we can only identify the quantity of it. So that is why we have using how much and how many, like that. So how to form WH questions with an auxiliary verb. So here's what it is: WH word plus auxiliary plus subject plus main verb. So subject here WH word plus auxiliary verb plus subject. So in this way only we have to follow the structure of the WH questions. First of all, we need to use which is we should add what or where, which, when, or here, plus auxiliary. Auxiliary here it represent the helping verbs. It's just a helping verbs only, not a main verbs. So common auxiliary verbs include be, do, have. Others are will, shall, would, can, could, must, should, may, might, etc. So subject, as you know that where we use the subject, because without a subject we can't able to frame the WH questions, plus main verb. So you know that a verb represents the action of doing or stative, the mental state. Like that we can say that. So what do you do for your living? Why should we read books? When is she coming? So here is what the question is: what do you do for your living? So what here's WH, and do is for auxiliary verb, you subject, and as well as main verbs are there. Living is a main verb. So this is what we will be framed by the sentences. Lastly, we should add question mark so that we can identify this is the WH questions, or else it will be like a statement. So without using the question mark we can't able to frame any question words. So before we using it, we should know the tense of its forms of do in each tense. So you can see that we have already seen do, does, the here is what is do form. Be form is be is, was, were, like that. And do is here do, did, done, like that. And have is have, has, had, like that. Will be see following those words. So in present tense, for a subject first person singular, or I, you, we, they means we should use do in present form, whereas in third person singular we should use does in present tense. And first person plural, past tense, we should use did. In every subject we should use did only, but in present tense it will be differ. So perfect form, have plus have, done, has, have plus done, like that it will become. So have is used for I, you, we, they, have. So has is used for he, she, third person singular. So had is used for all the subject in past tense only. We should use had only in the past tense. so you should know that before understanding anything. So while the verb to have has many, here is what, why do we have to use have and has? While the verb to have has many different meanings, its primary meaning is to possess, own, hold, for use, or contain. Have and has indicate possession in the present tense, so it describes the possession of the present tense. Have and has, we have to use those words in the present tense only, but in future tense will be used had. Have is used with the pronouns I, you, we and they, while has is used with he, she, it. So whenever you can able to see the third person singular, we should use has, whereas in first person singular and plural we should use I, you, have. So you should remember those things. So here is what the examples, actually they are giving you the example. When is referred for a, see, you need to frame the sentences like this only. First of all, you have to use WH questions plus an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs refers to be, do or have form. It will be followed by that only, plus subject plus main verb, or with sometimes it will be come with a modal verb also. Instead of auxiliary verb we can use modal verb only based on the question, or only based on the form they have used. So here you can see that who would she stay with, then would is refers to the modal verb. Where should I park, so should is refers to the should is refers to the modal verbs. So when is WH questions here, or is main verb, no, or is a auxiliary verb here, and you is a subject here, leaving is a main verb here. So we should not whenever you can able to see the sentences with the main verb, and we should use that auxiliary verb as a helping verb only. Whenever we don't have that main verb, we will be consider auxiliary verb as a main verb, just like that only. So never take it as a serious. So here this one I have already told you how do we have to use auxiliary verbs in the present tense and the past tense. So do form is subject is I, you, we, they, and does refers to the singular pronouns, subject he, she, it. Okay, third person singular. And then past tense, it is the past form of both do and does, negatives, and negative form of do and does. So negatives will be sentences will be having with the negative forms. So in that negative form will be used do is do not, and did is did not, does is does not. So like that we can be used in the negative forms. So what about general examples? So these are all the examples we have, whatever you are seeing, these are all the examples. Questions, be verb and subject, who, what, when, where, why, how, and be verb am, or, is, or, like that will become, and subject I, you, he, she, it, I, we, you, they. So here is what it is, you should see everything. So it's actually you know that WH questions will be arised by the yes or no questions, rather than using the yes or no questions will be answered with a good information. So we can able to get information from the people, whatever you want to ask them, you should arise the questions like that only. After arising the questions, you can get the answers what you actually want. So here is what the textbook's reference. You can able to see that whatever you want to refer, you can search with these book for further informations. Here I have already told you about informations about WH questions. In WH questions, they have this communicative English. There is two authors are here. So in these two authors, most famous one is Richard C. Jack. So here's You can even able to see his grammar book for the references. So these references will help you for sure. So I hope this session is given you with more information. Thank you for the session. You are welcome.